You are Julius Caesar. Tilius Kimber has just ripped the toga from your shoulder. There is a man standing behind you with a blade. In the next 8 seconds, 60 senators are going to drive daggers into your body. Your best friend will deliver the final wound, and 3 words you whisper in your last breath will be argued about for the next 2,000 years. You don't know any of that yet. Right now, in this half second, you still think you are in a Senate meeting. You still think the man grabbing your toga is a petitioner. You still think you are safe. You are wrong. You are there. Inside the 8 seconds the Roman Republic died. You feel Casca before you see him. You are sitting in your golden chair at the front of the Senate chamber, inside the theater of Pompey. 300 senators stand before you. Behind you, above you, a massive marble statue of Pompey the Great, the man whose severed head was delivered to you in a basket in Egypt, stares down at the back of your neck. Publius Servilius Casca, a senator, a soldier, a man who owes his career to you, raises his dagger and drives it downward toward the base of your throat. But Casca is shaking. His hands are trembling. He has killed men on battlefields across the Mediterranean. He has watched men die at arm's length. But this is not a battlefield. This is a marble chamber filled with men in white togas. And the man in the golden chair is Julius Caesar. The blade glances off your collarbone. It cuts a gash across the top of your chest, deep enough to bleed, shallow enough to survive. It does not kill you. You spin in the chair. You see the dagger. You see the blood on your own skin. You see Casca's face, the face of a man you know, a man you appointed, a man who was laughing with you at dinner 3 nights ago. You are Julius Caesar. You have survived ambushes in Gaul. You have survived storms at sea. You have survived a civil war against the entire Roman Senate. You do not die in chairs. You grab Casca's wrist with your left hand. You wrench his arm, and you shout, loud enough to echo off every wall in the chamber. "Casca, you villain! What are you doing?" Some sources say you stabbed Casca's arm with your stylus, the pointed iron writing stick, the only object within reach. Others say you merely grabbed the blade with your bare hand. Either way, you fought, even now, even first. "Ah!" Casca screams, not at you, past you. He screams in Greek, the language of the conspiracy, the language the slaves and scribes won't understand. "Adelph! Boete! Brother! Help me!" And then, the room moves. They come from everywhere. From behind the columns, from behind your chair, from the clusters of senators who positioned themselves along your path when you walked in 10 minutes ago. The positions you didn't notice, the sweat you didn't see, the hands hidden inside togas that you mistook for the cold. Gaius Cassius Longinus steps forward first, your brother-in-law's brother-in-law, the strategist, the man who spent months building this conspiracy from whispered conversations in private gardens, who recruited 1 senator at a time, who convinced 60 men that murder was duty. He drives his blade across your face. The cut opens your cheek from jaw to temple. Behind him, Decimus Brutus, the man who knocked on your door this morning, the man who smiled at you in your own hallway, the man who told you the Senate would laugh at you if you stayed home, the man you named in your will last week. He stabs you in the side. The blade slides between your ribs. You feel the steel scrape against bone. You are on your feet now. You have risen from the golden chair. Blood is running down your chest, your face, your left arm. The white wool of your toga is turning red. The golden wreath, the one that hides your bald spot, the one that made you look almost like a god, has fallen to the marble floor. You fight. You are 55 years old. You have epilepsy. You have not held a weapon in combat in years. You are unarmed in a room full of armed men. And you fight. You drive your iron stylus into the forearm of the nearest attacker. The man screams and stumbles backward. You grab another man's blade with your bare hand. The edge cuts deep into your palm, but you hold on. You are Julius Caesar. You do not go quietly. But there are too many. They are panicking. 60 men in a tight circle, stabbing inward. They are cutting each other in the frenzy. Daggers meant for your body are hitting other conspirators' hands and arms and thighs. Marcus Brutus will walk out of this chamber with a deep slash across his hand, cut not by you, but by a fellow assassin who couldn't tell friend from target in the crush of bodies. The blades hit your back, your thighs, your groin, your arms. You stumble. You reach for the pedestal of the statue behind you, Pompey's statue, the stone base of the man you destroyed. Your fingers close around the cold marble. You hold yourself upright. For a moment, one moment, you stand there, bleeding from a dozen wounds, holding onto the legs of your greatest enemy's monument. The chamber is a roar of shouting and steel, and the wet sound of blades hitting flesh. And then you see him. Marcus Junius Brutus is walking toward you. The crowd of assassins parts. They step aside for him. Because this was always the plan. Brutus strikes last. Brutus, the man whose participation legitimizes the entire conspiracy. Brutus, the man whose name turns murder into liberation. Without Brutus, this is a mob killing. With Brutus, this is a political act. He is holding a dagger. His hand is already bleeding, cut by another conspirator's blade in the chaos. His toga is spattered with your blood. His face, the historians will argue about his face for centuries. Was he weeping? Was he resolved? Was he already destroyed by what he was doing? Nobody knows. Nobody was watching his face. They were watching yours. You know this man. You have known him for 30 years. You fought a civil war against his faction, and, when you won, you pardoned him. Not exiled, not imprisoned, pardoned. You brought him into your inner circle. You made him praetor, one of the highest judicial offices in Rome. You trusted him with the administration of Cisalpine Gaul. Some Romans whisper that he is your son, the product of a long affair with his mother Servilia, the woman you loved before Calpurnia. Whether or not that's true, you love him. That much is documented. You love him the way powerful men love their protégés, with pride, with possession, with the blind certainty that loyalty given will always be loyalty returned. He is 10 feet away from you now. He is 5 feet away. He raises the blade. You are Julius Caesar. You have survived everything the world has ever thrown at you. But you cannot survive this. Not the blade, the face behind it. The historians will spend 2,000 years arguing about what happens next. Suetonius, writing 160 years later, will record that you spoke, that you looked at Brutus and said 3 words in Greek. Not Latin, not the language of the Senate or the army or the state. Greek, the language of philosophy, the language of intimacy, the private language you and Brutus shared when no one else was listening. Kaisu teknon? You too, my child? Some historians believe you said it. Some believe Suetonius invented it. Some believe you were past speaking by the time Brutus reached you. Plutarch, writing around the same time, tells a different version. He says that when you saw Brutus with the dagger, you stopped fighting. You stopped reaching for the stylus. You stopped trying to stand. You pulled your toga up over your face with both hands, covering your head. You did not want to be seen dying. You did not want Brutus to see your face. Some scholars say you pulled the toga down to cover your legs, so that your body would fall decently, even in death. You were Roman. Romans cared about how they looked when they died. Dignity mattered more than survival. Brutus drives the blade into your groin. You fall. You fall at the base of Pompey's statue. Your blood pools on the marble, running into the cracks between the stones, soaking into the pedestal of the man you defeated 14 years ago. His stone face looks down at you. He has waited 14 years for this moment, and he gets to watch. 23 stab wounds. The physician Antistius will examine your body later that afternoon, the first forensic autopsy in recorded history. He will report that, of the 23 wounds, only one, a single thrust between the ribs into the chest cavity, was fatal on its own. The rest were shallow, frantic, the cuts of men who were afraid of you even while they were killing you. You are Julius Caesar. It took 60 men to kill you, and even then, only one of them struck a killing blow. The chamber falls silent. Then, chaos. The senators who are not conspirators run. 300 men in white togas stampede toward the doors. They knock each other down. They scream. Some think the army is coming. Some think they are next. A senator trips on the threshold and is trampled by the men behind him. Outside the chamber, Mark Antony hears the screaming. Trebonius, the man who trapped him in conversation, who held him at the door with small talk while you died 10 feet away, is no longer smiling. Antony sees the blood on the marble. He sees the daggers. He understands immediately. He tears off his consul's toga, the most recognizable garment in Rome, disguises himself as a common slave, and runs. He will not stop running until he reaches a safe house across the city. But he will come back. Inside the chamber, the conspirators stand over your body. They are drenched in blood, yours and each other's. Their togas are ruined. Their hands are shaking. Brutus raises his dagger and shouts into the empty room, "Cicero!" He is calling for Marcus Tullius Cicero, the greatest orator in Roman history, the voice of the Republic. The man they assumed would stride forward and deliver a thundering speech about liberty and tyranny and the restoration of Roman freedom. Cicero is gone. He ran with the rest. He wasn't part of the conspiracy. Nobody told him. The conspirators are alone with your body. They look at each other. Brutus and Cassius raise their bloody daggers in the air and walk out of the chamber into the daylight, shouting to the portico, to the field of Mars, to anyone who will listen. "Liberty! Freedom! The tyrant is dead!" No one cheers. The portico is empty. The streets are silent. The people of Rome have not rushed to celebrate their liberation. They have locked their doors. The conspirators have planned this moment for months. They planned the signal, the toga pull. They planned the sequence, Casca first, Brutus last. They planned who would stand where. They planned how to keep Antony out of the room. They did not plan what to do next. They have no speech prepared for the people. They have no political program. They have no army. They have no plan to seize the treasury, secure the gates, or arrest your allies. They assumed that killing the tyrant would automatically restore the Republic, that the system would simply reset, like a held breath finally released. They were wrong. Your body lies on the marble floor of the Theatre of Pompey for nearly 3 hours. Nobody moves it. The conspirators leave you there, at the foot of Pompey's statue, in a pool of blood that has already started to dry at the edges. Finally, your slaves come. The men who carried your litter through the streets this morning. They enter the silent chamber. They lift your body onto the litter. One arm hangs over the side, dragging on the ground as they carry you through the empty streets. 3 slaves carry you home to Calpurnia. She was right. She dreamed she was holding your bloody body. The priests told you not to go. The soothsayer told you the day wasn't over. The scroll had every name. And you walked into the chamber anyway. Because you were Caesar, and Caesar does not stay home because of dreams. In 3 days, Mark Antony will stand over your funeral pyre in the Forum and hold your blood-soaked toga above the crowd. The words that come out of his mouth will turn the entire city against every man who touched a blade today. The mob will tear an innocent poet named Cinna apart in the street. simply because he shares a name with one of your killers. Within 2 years, Cicero will be dead, beheaded on Antony's orders, his severed hands nailed to the speaker's platform in the forum as a warning to eloquent men. Brutus will fall on his own sword at the Battle of Philippi. His last words, according to Cassius Dio, he addressed virtue itself, calling it nothing but a word, despite having worshipped it as though it were real. Cassius will die the same day. He will order his freedmen to kill him after mistakenly believing the battle is already lost. It isn't. He dies for nothing. And the sickly 19-year-old boy you named in your will, a boy named Gaius Octavius, a boy nobody in this room took seriously today, will take your name, your fortune, your armies, and your ambition. He will defeat Antony. He will defeat Cleopatra. He will become Augustus, the first emperor of Rome. The republic the conspirators killed you to save will never come back. Not in their lifetime. Not in anyone's lifetime. Not for 2,000 years. They wanted to stop a king. They created an empire. 60 men, 23 wounds, 8 seconds. The Ides of March, 44 BC. A day like all days, filled with those events that alter and illuminate our times. And now, you were there. Next week, you are dead. Your body is on a pyre in the Roman Forum. Mark Antony is holding your blood-soaked toga above the crowd, and the words coming out of his mouth are about to turn the entire city of Rome against the men who killed you. Within an hour, the mob will tear an innocent man apart in the street because he shares a name with one of your assassins. Within a year, every conspirator will be running for his life. And a sickly 19-year-old boy nobody has ever heard of, the one you named in your will, is about to become the most dangerous man in the world. You are there for the year the Roman Republic died.